Sometimes, the hardest realization in life is that the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is the decision to rise up, not luck. Not perfect timing, not even raw talent, but your choice, right now, to believe that you're worthy of pursuing something greater. This isn't about waiting for ideal conditions or the perfect moment handed to you by fate. The Stoics deeply understood this. Epictetus reminded us that while we can't control the world around us, we can always control our response to it. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful responses available to us: deciding in this very moment to act as if you are already the best. Because, let's face it, we all wrestle with doubt. That quiet voice whispering you're not ready or not good enough. But what if readiness isn't something you wait for, but something you become through your actions? You don't become great by waiting. You become great by showing up with the belief that you already possess what it takes. Marcus Aurelius would remind himself daily to focus on what he could control and to act with virtue regardless of the chaos around him. This mindset is not about pretending to be perfect or superior. It's about stepping into your full potential and aligning your actions with your highest standards. The moment you decide to live at that level, to truly commit to your growth, is the moment your life begins to change. This decision, this internal shift, echoes the core of Stoic philosophy. True power lies within. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that defines you. When you decide to be the best, you set your own standard, not for glory or comparison, but because it is right and meaningful. Marcus Aurelius, though a mighty emperor, constantly reminded himself to act with humility and virtue, striving for excellence not against others, but against his own potential. Choosing to be the best doesn't mean you'll never fail. It means you'll face challenges head-on and use them as fuel for growth. That's where transformation begins, not by waiting for life to change, but by deciding now to take control. From this decision, everything flows. Your actions sharpen, your standards rise, and you move closer to the person you're meant to be. And when I say act like you're the best, I don't mean with arrogance or superiority. I mean carrying yourself with the discipline, humility, and focus of someone already operating at their highest level. Picture a world-class athlete or a master of any craft. Their confidence isn't loud. It's steady and earned through effort and intention. Marcus Aurelius didn't carry himself as better than others, but as a lifelong learner devoted to virtue. That's the mindset we're aiming for. Acting like the best means showing up each day with courage and belief in your ability to grow and handle life as it comes. That's the kind of internal power the Stoics spoke of, a confidence that comes not from applause, but from living in alignment with your deepest values and doing your best in every situation. The key difference here is that arrogance tries to elevate you above others, while acting like you're the best is about lifting yourself up to your own highest potential, striving for excellence while remaining humble and grounded, just as the Stoics taught. This mindset isn't about chasing perfection. It's about pursuing progress, staying committed to growth, and continuing to learn and evolve. You might be thinking, but I'm not the best. I'm nowhere near it. How can I act as if I am? And that's a valid concern. It's natural to feel unqualified or far from the top. But here's the truth. You don't need to be the best to act like the best. That's the beauty of this mindset. It works even when you're at the beginning of your journey. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean being fake or delusional. It means shifting how you see yourself and approaching life with intention. The Stoics believed we have control over our mindset, even when external events are out of our hands. So even if you're not there yet, you can still carry yourself with confidence, discipline, and purpose, the very traits that define the best. And something powerful happens when you do. You start to believe in yourself, and when belief takes root, your actions follow. This isn't about magical thinking. It's a well-documented psychological shift where your thoughts shape your behavior. As the Stoics knew, our beliefs mold our actions, and when you act as if you're capable and worthy, you begin to embody those qualities. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Consider a job interview. If you walk in doubting yourself, you'll likely stumble. But if you walk in with the mindset that you're the best person for the job, not with arrogance, but with calm and confidence, everything changes. You speak with clarity, own your strengths, and show up differently. Even if you don't get that job, you've practiced courage and built resilience, preparing yourself better for the next opportunity. So when that little voice says, "I'm not the best," remember, that's not the point. The point is to act as if you are, to align your behavior with the person you want to become. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress, and that's exactly what Stoic philosophy teaches: to strive, to grow, and to live with virtue. The Stoics believed in continuous growth, and that's the foundation of this mindset. Acting like you're the best doesn't mean thinking you've arrived. It means committing to lifelong learning, discipline, and refinement. Seneca once said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This means that no matter how good you get, there's always more to learn. The best athletes, leaders, and thinkers never stop improving. They remain students of life. By acting like the best, you're saying, "I'm going to carry myself with that same attitude, and I'm going to earn it." This mindset is deeply humble, not boastful. Marcus Aurelius, though an emperor, constantly reminded himself to stay grounded, to seek wisdom, and to pursue personal excellence every day. When you adopt this mindset, you're doing the same, striving to be just a little better than you were yesterday, knowing that growth is a never-ending pursuit. It's about raising your own standards and taking full responsibility for your personal development. In your relationships, it might look like asking, "What would the best version of me do here?" How would the best friend, partner, or parent respond? In your health, it means treating your body with respect and intention, making choices as if you already believe you're capable of peak fitness. This is what the Stoic path calls for: self-discipline and wise action. And yes, when you first start acting like you're the best, it might feel like pretending. But here's the deeper truth: what you consistently practice becomes your reality. The Stoics understood this. As Seneca said, "We become what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This means that the more you practice something, whether it's confidence, discipline, or resilience, the more it becomes an authentic part of who you are. Let's break this down. When you begin acting as if you're the best, it might feel strange, even fake. You might question yourself, thinking, who am I to walk with this kind of confidence? But the truth is, human beings are remarkably adaptable. The Stoics believed that we are shaped by both our thoughts and our actions. If you consistently behave with confidence, you'll begin to feel more confident. If you repeatedly make disciplined choices, over time, you become more disciplined. This isn't about pretending forever. It's about practicing until those traits become second nature. Think of it like training a muscle. Lifting weights feels difficult at first, but with repetition, strength builds. Acting like you're the best works the same way. Each time you step into that mindset, you strengthen it, and eventually it becomes a habit rather than an act. The Stoics, especially Epictetus, emphasized that we can control how we respond to the world, and by practicing virtuous behavior, we slowly become the kind of person we aspire to be. Say you want to build confidence in social situations. At first, it might feel forced, but if you continue standing tall, speaking clearly, and engaging with others, eventually it stops feeling like a performance. It becomes who you are. The same principle applies to any area of life. Practice healthy habits, and you become someone who naturally prioritizes well-being. Practice wise financial choices, and you become someone who manages money well. The Stoic idea of practicing virtue teaches us that we don't have to wait for life to shape us. We can actively shape ourselves through consistent action. The key is consistency. It's not about doing something once and expecting change. It's about daily commitment to the traits that reflect your highest potential. Over time, what began as effort becomes effortless. You truly become the best version of yourself by steadily acting like it. The Stoics taught that your actions shape your character, and your character shapes your life. So practice deliberately, because your reality is being built by what you do each day. Now, when we talk about acting like you're the best, it's easy to assume it means ignoring flaws or pretending weaknesses don't exist. But in truth, it's the opposite. Acting like you're the best means having the courage to confront your flaws head-on and using them as tools for growth. The Stoics mastered this mindset. They taught that honest self-awareness is crucial to improvement. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Part of that power is acknowledging your shortcomings, not with shame, but with the intention to learn and grow. The best in any field aren't the ones who think they're perfect. They're the ones who are deeply aware of their weaknesses and work constantly to improve. Stoicism embraces the idea that challenges and discomfort are essential parts of life. Epictetus reminded us that the road to mastery is paved with obstacles, and our strength comes from how we respond. When you clearly see your weaknesses, you can approach them with a mindset of growth rather than avoidance. Ignoring your flaws doesn't make them disappear. It allows them to quietly grow stronger. But when you face them directly, you start to gain power over them. The Stoics never viewed weakness as failure. They saw it as a chance to practice merit or excellence. Confronting your flaws gives you the opportunity to become more disciplined, more self-aware, and more capable. This takes humility. Acting like you're the best doesn't mean pretending to be flawless. It means being fully committed to constant improvement. You can recognize your strengths while also knowing exactly where you need to grow. Seneca often wrote about the value of failure and how our setbacks are some of life's greatest teachers. They reveal the gaps in our character or skill, and they push us to evolve. What matters is not the flaw itself, but how you respond to it. Do you avoid it, or do you meet it with resolve? When you choose to face your limitations and take responsibility for overcoming them, you become stronger. The Stoic mindset teaches us to turn all of life's challenges, including our personal shortcomings, into fuel for growth. So when you act as if you're the best, you're not pretending to be perfect. You're stepping up to the challenge of being your best, flaws and all, with honesty, humility, and the relentless desire to improve. That's where real transformation begins. That you have the strength to face your weaknesses, learn from them, and grow into the person you aspire to be. This mindset alone will carry you forward, just as it did for the Stoics, who embraced their flaws, used them as stepping stones, and continued relentlessly on their path toward excellence. Elevate those around you. When you act as if you're the best, it's not just your own life that improves. You also raise the standard for those around you. The Stoics believed in sympathia, the idea that we're all interconnected and that our choices influence the whole. Your commitment to discipline, confidence, and growth becomes a quiet but powerful force of inspiration. Whether it's your family, your friends, or your co-workers, your presence begins to speak louder than any words. People are drawn to purpose, and when they see someone living with clarity and intention, it awakens that same potential in them. Leading by example, you show others that it's possible to overcome fear, self-doubt, or inertia simply by shifting your mindset and focusing on what you can control. The Stoics weren't obsessed with competing against others. They were dedicated to helping each other rise in virtue and wisdom. So when you raise your standards, you're not just elevating yourself, you're creating a ripple effect that encourages everyone around you to rise with you. How to handle failure? Failure is a universal experience, and the Stoics embraced it with a wisdom far beyond their time. They taught that failure isn't something to avoid or be ashamed of. It's part of the process. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, failure doesn't block the path, it becomes the path. Acting like you're the best doesn't mean expecting to win every time. It means developing the strength to meet failure with resilience and learn from it. You may not control the outcome, but you always control your response. When you view failure as feedback instead of finality, it becomes a guide teaching you what to refine, what to strengthen, and how to adapt. Epictetus taught his students to welcome difficulty as a chance to build character. Setbacks, when viewed through the Stoic lens, are not the enemy, they're necessary lessons for progress. The greatest athletes, thinkers, and leaders aren't great because they never failed. They're great because they failed, learned, and rose again stronger each time. So next time you stumble, remember, it's not the end, it's a crucial step on your path to mastery. Daily practice, acting as if you're the best, isn't something you try once. It's a way of life. The Stoics understood the power of repetition and daily intention. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself in meditations to greet each day with purpose, writing, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This daily awareness is what shapes your transformation. You don't wait for confidence to appear, you practice it. You don't wait for the right moment, you create it. The Stoics taught us to begin wherever we are, with whatever we have. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. When you choose to act as if you're the best each day, you start building habits that align with your highest potential. Over time, what once required effort becomes who you are. This mindset isn't arrogant, it's rooted in self-respect and vision. It's not about pretending to be something you're not. It's about aligning your actions with the person you're capable of becoming. Whether it's how you show up in your work, how you love, how you take care of yourself, or how you grow through challenges. Acting as if you're the best helps you live with purpose and higher standards. The Stoics believed we shape our lives. Through action and by acting intentionally, we become intentional people. So make this mindset your daily ritual. Each morning, ask yourself, how would the best version of me approach this day? Let that question guide you, and you'll find that step by step, choice by choice, you're building the life you were meant to live. Thank you for being part of Stoic Journal. If you're ready to go deeper on this journey of growth and resilience, check out one of the suggested videos on your screen. Stay strong, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next one.